unbelievable story of how she and her dad had a brush with the paranormal. It was an afternoon many years ago. Apparently, Mom was just talking with the neighbors outside while Dad was fast asleep on the couch, and my then 1-year-old brother was playing upstairs in his room. As for me, I hadn't been born yet, although Mom was already pregnant with me at the time. Mom had just stepped back into the house when my dad woke up with a start, drenched in cold sweat and breathing heavily. Mom asked him if he'd had a bad dream or something. Dad nodded and started telling my mom about it. In the dream, my brother, let's call him Louis for the sake of the story, was just sitting on the floor of his room playing with some blocks when a strange woman appeared. She had a long black dress and hair that hung over one of her eyes. Her skin was pale with black marks all over her body, but strangest of all, she had horns that looked like the branches of a tree. She was gazing at my brother. He didn't seem to notice her at first, but once he did, he started crying immediately. The lady raised her arms and reached out to my brother, as if she was about to pick him up. That's when my father snapped awake, and right when Dad finished describing his dream to my mom, they heard my brother crying. My parents rushed up the stairs and straight into my brother's room. Dad was shocked when he saw the woman from his dream standing over my brother, reaching out exactly as she had in his dream. Dad screamed at her to not touch my brother, and in the blink of an eye, the lady disappeared. Over the next few months, my dad kept seeing the lady in black everywhere. In the house, at our neighbor's front door, at the yard. He once even saw her sitting in a tree by our house. But every time, the moment they made eye contact, she'd disappear. Then came the day when one of our neighbors, Diane, saw the woman too. So, back then, my uncle used to live in a house near ours, but unfortunately, he died recently in a motorcycle accident. It was actually not too long before the incident started. Diane was taking care of his birds after his passing. She had just gotten to his house and started opening the windows to let some fresh air in when she saw her. The lady was hunched over the floor as if digging for something. Poor Diane got so scared, she jumped and knocked a knife set off the table. The loud noise alarmed the lady, and she raised her head. She then slowly turned her face towards Diane. They made eye contact. But the lady didn't disappear this time. She growled deeply like an animal and started to rush towards Diane. Diane screamed in panic and ran out of the house, slamming the door behind her. That was the last known incident with the lady in black. Even after all this time, there seems to be no explanation for who or what she was. And if I'm honest with you, I'm not sure I even want to know.